You are now
listening to
East Bay Radio. You are now
listening to
East Bay Radio.
And welcome back to East Bay Live here on the week right before the fall recess, and with plenty of things to talk about with my friends today
There we go.
are none other than, of course, Kevin DeRoff and Thomas Inglewood to talk about, well, the world at large, MLB,
Ingleman.
more so MLB at large. I mean, you have all of the dots and details. I missed talking to you guys last week. It was weird not having class last week.
It was very much. It's glad to be on with you guys back again.
Yeah, it's always good to be back on.
Yes, and I am, of course, your host, Dom Torres, otherwise known as the man behind comicreleases.com, but I am not in that setting right now. I am here to talk about baseball with my friends. The last time that we were on, of course, it was a reaction to the Los Angeles Dodgers and them clinching their second championship in the span of 2 years and cementing themselves as a baseball dynasty. Well, that is all over. The season is all over. And we are here to talk about, well, there's been a lot of things going on in the world of MLB, from free agency up to some federal indictments and arresting for a couple of players that we will certainly get into today. But I want to go over some of the free agent moves that have gone on today. And for those who are not in the know, qualifying offers have been given to certain players. And for those who are in the unknown, a qualifying offer just means that the player gets to stay for a certain amount of money for a 1-year tendered contract, and if they decide to decline it, whoever the team has to sign or what may be, that specific team has to give out a pick in accordance and addition to the player who was declining that qualified offer. For the ones in the record here, we do have 4 qualifying offers that were accepted by 4 baseball players. That is, of course, Trent Grisham, outfielder for the Yankees; Gleyber Torres, second baseman for the Tigers; Brandon Woodruff, the starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers that did not see any playoff time; and Shota Imanaga of the Chicago Cubs, the starting pitcher, all accepted a 1-year, $22 million contract to return in 2026. Thomas, I want to start off with you because one of these players, of course, is on your favorite team. And do you have any reactions to any of these qualifying offers with their respective teams staying?
I don't like the Grisham signing. I don't think they should have offered him a qualifying offer. I mean, they would lose a draft pick, but, having him on the team is going to cause a problem because Jason Dominguez, you want Bellinger or you want Tucker, and you can't just bench Grisham because he just hit 34 home runs for you. So what are you going to do? You're going to put him in the lineup and bench JD. That's like kind of what, I mean, it makes sense, but like in order for Dominguez to get better, he has to play every day. And everyone knows he's good. He showed it with the little playing time he's had. I mean, he played over 100 games last year, but he wasn't playing every day.
I totally agree. I think for Trent Grisham, this could be just an outlier of a year. I mean, considering Jason Dominguez is how old? Is he 22? Not even?
Yeah, he's like 22.
Trent Grisham's 29. I just think when you look at the potential, I mean, it is an embarrassment of riches, but I guess when you just look at just who has the most potential and who is the future of this organization, you need Jason Dominguez. So I really don't think Trent Grisham's worth, how was it say, $22 million?
22
Yeah,
million.
definitely not worth 22
He's not
million.
worth $22 million, and
Maybe like 5.
yeah, it's exactly. So I agree with you, Thomas, how Dominguez is probably the future, and I think if you need him to play every day, because as you can see this year, like when he played, he performed, and
I
so
agree.
I guess I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do next year for the outfield.
It is very scary for me in the prospect of this because as I am looking right now at StatCast, Grisham was in the 32nd percentile in terms of range. Now, I want to bring it back to that because Grisham, for as long as I've known him, as a baseball player, has always been known for his exceptional defense in center for the Milwaukee Brewers and, of course, the San Diego Padres. I've gotten the chance to watch him plenty of times across my watching in my MLB fan tenure, if you even want to call it that. He was in the 32nd percentile in range, which is outs above average for those who are counting. Again, 0 is, if you want to even call it, average, but 32nd percentile out of 100. He is amongst some of the worse center fielders or outfielders in that aspect at -2. His arm value was valued at the 27th percentile at -1, and his arm strength, so how strong he throws his arm relative to other outfielders, is at 84.48 miles per hour, which ranks him in the 54th percentile. So you have somebody who is a mediocre outfielder, and it does look like he is getting worse by that standpoint. It looks like, for at least for a lot of the bats, he was among the best in terms of not chasing outside pitchers. He ranked in the 99th percentile in terms of his chase rate, and walk rate was at the 96th percentile. So you're talking about a guy who does seem like he does have a good ability to get on base because he doesn't expand the strike zone, which is something that is very, I think, appreciated amongst MLB players. But if you're looking at somebody who played center field last year, and a lot of the outfield as far as that prospect is concerned, and if you're looking at some of the metrics there, it does look like he could be on the start of a decline as far as that is all concerned.
I mean, it wasn't like 3 years ago he hit like 190, so it's not like he's been a consistent hitter.
Right.
Yeah, his highest average was 251 with the Padres back in 2020, and that was the Mickey Mouse season.
And I think you put it best, like his defense is one of his best parts of the game, but it's been declining, and he's only going to age. So, Cashman, I don't know.
I don't know.
We shall see.
Yeah, the bat was not too bad. He had a 129 WRC plus. So again, for those who are trying to translate from the analytical mind, that he did bat 29% better than league average this season. But again, you're looking at a defensive season that did not look great from him. And again, how well can he replicate it the following season? Perhaps this might be one of those, I'm on a 1-year deal, I can maybe get a decent season again so I can get another giant payday. But at the same time, it does hamper the Yankees as far as what they can do a bit, because $22 million is still a lot of money. That is going to a player that you might want a fourth outfielder, but I don't know if it's Trent Grisham for that much.
I just wouldn't pay a fourth outfielder. I don't care who's in the lineup. $22 million. It just seems, oh God.
But you see, based off what he did last season, you can't really look at him as a fourth outfielder. I mean,
know.
You want to, but you just can't. You can't bench him. You know, you can't.
I know he hit 34 home runs.
He hit 34 home runs for you. I mean, you guys are saying his defense is declining. Yeah, like maybe they aren't, but he has really good range. If the ball's hitting his direction, he's gonna catch it for sure.
I really like the metric of him getting on base a good ton. Again, one of the best in terms of the players who have managed to get on first base this season. Yeah, when you're in the upper 90th percentile in terms of these statistics, I think that does constitute to somebody who is you want to see a guy on first, right? I mean, that is part of the name of the game, but at the same time, I'm just looking at somebody who's 29 who doesn't look like he is great at that specific position anymore, and I do find it very concerning. Maybe in the near future to see, hey, if he ends up having a Paul Goldschmidt 2025 type season, are people going to be happy with that, both in terms of the fan aspect and also the managerial aspect, as you are listening here on East Bay Live with the warning track. So we'll see, I suppose, but that is one thing that I do want to have at least some concerns about. I know that Thomas is definitely a little bit more concerned than the rest of us, but there are some glaring signs for sure. Do you guys have any other takes on the other three with Gleyber Torres, Woodruff, and Imanaga taking all, or no?
I understand why Gleyber took his. He's been declining since 2020.
I mean, he only hit 229. His second half of the season was not good at all.
He was an all-star too, right?
He was an all-star.
He was an all-star. So was Javi. Hey, remember Javi Baez made the all-star team as a center fielder.
He only I mean, he only hit 7 home runs in the second half of the season, and he only hit 229. So it's understandable why he took it. I would have took it. Financially, it was the best decision. I like Woodruff returning. He's been in Milwaukee since all his career. And, without his injury, I think obviously the Brewers would have had a different outcome, I think. Wouldn't have beat the Dodgers, but they would have been more competitive.
I know, they would have lost in 5 games instead of 4.
Yeah, we can say that. I know, but nothing that stands out for me. As goes on, we might see more and more guys.
It does, and hopefully in 2 weeks we will have, I believe that is when winter meetings are close to starting. We also do have one major transaction that the MLB reported. According to Jeff Passan of ESPN, Josh Naylor of the Seattle Mariners did re-sign a 5-year deal, reported 5-year deal with the Mariners valued at around $92.5 million with incentives. Josh Naylor came in from a trade via the Diamondbacks earlier this season as they shipped off Eugenio Suarez and Naylor, but it was Naylor who eventually got the major contributions for the team, and now he's in Seattle long term. Thomas, I want to hear what your quick reactions are to Naylor staying long term in Seattle.
It's a good pickup. He's a really solid player. He hits for average with a little power, but he drives and runs for sure, and he's clutch. So that's a good signing from them.
Yeah, great signing. He's just been consistent. He could just flat out hit the baseball. Seattle they had Ty France at first for a little bit, but you can definitely see, they never really had a consistent first baseman in Seattle for quite a while, and I think this is a solution for them. I like guys you could just say, you can look at the Blue Jays this year, guys just consistently having high averages. I'm always a big believer, of course power is good, but at the end of the day, you got to get on base, and his numbers completely show that he can just get on base and hit the baseball.
He's really good, and I think one thing that was underappreciated when he moved to Seattle was the uppage in stolen bases from him as somebody who was definitely not Trey Turner or Corbin Carroll running on the bases. Is definitely one of the more, I'll just say slower, definitely one of the slower athletes that we have in this game. Despite that, he was able to up those numbers. He had a couple of really, really important base running decisions in the playoffs, and it's something that I think speaks to the tune of what he was able to adjust when he went over to Seattle. I'm really happy for the franchise, and you are listening to us via the warning track on East Bay Live here in the beautiful hills of Hayward in Cal State East Bay. And if you are listening to us, we are going to turn the clock to the MLB awards because we did not get a chance to talk about those last week, and a lot of them, plenty of them actually, I will say that I did not expect, or I expected those ones to turn out. But I want to start off with, I'm not going to call it controversial because everybody who gets to be in the sphere and realm of most valuable player, whether you're third, second, or first, everybody who gets votes is deserving. And I believe that is what is important to say. That being said, Aaron Judge, the outfielder of the New York Yankees, won his third straight MVP. That is right. He did win.
Second straight, third overall.
Third overall.
Yes.
Third overall because he won in 2022. Won in 2024, and now he has won in 2025. He won over catcher Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners, who we have mentioned earlier here on the show, by 2 votes via media voting, as per given with these numbers by MLB Network. According to MLB Network, Judge received 17 out of 30 first-place votes, while Cal Raleigh placed 13 out of 30 place votes. I want to bring it over to Kevin because I want to see the devil's advocate reaction first. Kevin, did they give the right player most valuable player this year for the American League?
Man, I don't know. Well, here's my take. I am a Yankee hater, but I do very much. I do love Judge. I love Judge. He's from California, Northern California kid. You can't deny he hit 53 home runs. Did he have the highest batting? One of the highest batting averages.
He won the batting title.
He won the batting title, right? And Cal Riley hit. I don't even think he hit 250 this season. Let me look at it.
247.
247 this season, and I think you kind of look at it that when you look how impressive what he did, Cal Riley this season. He's a catcher, a switch hitting catcher. And the amount of home runs he hit this season, it was like, oh my. And I think partly because he got all those attentions. Like, of course, he was one of the best hitters. He's a catcher, switching. But it's like Cal Riley. It was very unexpected. Judge, I'm sorry, but he hit 331 with 53 home runs. I don't know what you can do better. I mean, I feel like he deserved the win. I'm gonna Tom. I don't know if you have a different view than me.
Okay.
So I know it might be surprising.
That is very surprising to hear from you, quite honestly.
I know. I'm a Judge fan. I like when
Okay. I was expecting Cal Raleigh definitely should have won, but hey, here we go.
I guess he. Yeah.
That is
60 home runs. I know it's impressive, but I don't know.
Thomas, I need to hear from you. How excited are you to see Judge win his third MVP overall in the last 4 years?
I'm very excited. I'm not surprised, first of all, and it's not because I'm a Yankees fan. It's because
Yeah, let's say
It's not because I'm Pinocchio. We
Yeah.
got you there. Go ahead. Sorry.
but Judge had the better season. Like, it's not even close. Cal Raleigh, yeah, he hit 60 home runs, but that's all he did. 247, 359 on base, 589 slugging. Judge, 53 home runs, 331 average. Like, it's not even close. It's not close at all. Like, people think, Cal got the MVP. He was robbed of the MVP, but you look at the numbers, and the numbers tell you all you need to know. And had Raleigh won the MVP, that would show you that the game is all about home runs. That's it. And that a hitter is not valued as much as it should be. Yeah, he's a catcher who hit 60 home runs. It's never been done before. He's a switch hitter. Yeah, but, maybe if he had hit at least, maybe 280, 290, then, him winning MVP, okay, whatever, that's understandable. But the guy had 247. Judge led the league in everything else.
I'm not one up for batting average. I think it's a very outdated statistic considering that we have metrics now that qualify. On base percentage, I think, speaks to a higher volume. And Judge, just by looking through, had an OBP at 457, which is absolutely unheard of. If you're on base 45.7% of the time, I mean, that just tells me that you know how to get on base. But not only that, I would have understood the narrative, had Raleigh gotten MVP. And I honestly thought that he had it, considering the Mariners have had the most success in 20 years, with this team. And navigating through with a pitching staff on top of the concourse work that he had with his knees like that, I thought all of those combining with having a data focused season that was just as close to Judge, if not, it's not better, but it was close. I think just having it be neck and neck like that, I thought, you know what, that might sway enough voters to say, okay, maybe Raleigh is MVP. Maybe Judge just gets the Hank Aaron Award or something like that.
Well, you got to look at the East Coast bias just a little bit.
It's 2 votes, Kevin.
I know.
It's 2 votes.
I know. Maybe.
do you think? But I do want to hear this. How do you think if there was any bias, how do you think it came into play?
Well, it goes back to the East Coast bias. It goes with any other sport. A lot of those writers, they live in the East Coast. They watch Judge probably every single day. Cal Riley, I mean, if you don't live in the East Coast, you're not going to watch Cal Riley play baseball. You just simply aren't. You're just going to see his highlights. You're not going to really appreciate his game. So
that's a good point.
It goes with the college football committee, discussing the playoff selections. It's the same thing with all these writers that goes into it. It's just simply sometimes guys, it's so simple if guys just simply won't stay up at night to watch him play baseball. So that's the main thing I will see in any other sport. It's not just baseball itself.
Thomas, what do you think? Do you think that it existed for this award, or do you think that they got it right?
I think they got it right.
I do too. At the end of the day, I think they got the right person.
And I'm telling you, it's not because I'm a Yankees fan, and I know you know people think I'll have that biased opinion, but had it been flipped, had Judge hit 60 home runs and batted at 247, and the Yankees made it to the ALCS for the first time in 25 years, then I'd be like, Cal Raleigh's still MVP if he's putting up the numbers Judge is putting up.
It's absolutely insane, I think, to track something like this where we are watching maybe the greatest pure hitter of our lifetime, maybe the greatest right-handed hitter of our lifetime play in a Yankees uniform. But I do think that all of those superlatives completely describe Judge in facets that I can't comprehend. Like, this is somebody who knows how to pull the baseball. This is somebody who knows how to take an opposite field. This is somebody, again, you get on base 45% of the time. I mean, there aren't many guys in baseball who do that regardless. The couple other players that we have are Soto and Ohtani, and that's like it as far as guys who get on base 4 out of 10 times or better. It's something that is absolutely unquantifiable. And to see him not only do that, but he had stints too this year where he was designated hitter and not in center field or right field. And I think that just adds to the mystique of, like, if you have all of these elements, right, and you try to compile it and say, like, who is the best player by the end of the season? The fact that Judge had a couple of games off, had a couple of, I think he had a wrist injury.
His elbow.
His wrist and elbow, right? Yeah. If he had those injuries early in the year, he DH'd some of the time because, in fear of, like, what if he tears his UCL? Mm-hmm. That didn't matter. He still had one of the best hitting seasons, and it's so cool to see. Not only that, but he's had, in the last 4 years, 3 of his seasons, in 2022, 2024, and 2025, those 3 seasons are amongst the best all time. Amongst, not saying the best, but amongst the best all time when you bring in everybody from Cal Ripken to Babe Ruth to Mickey Mantle, and now Judge might pass those guys. And I think what he has found a way to do is just absolutely spectacular on every level.
Absolutely. I always would go back, like I said, I've been a big Aaron Judge fan since on Fresno State. And I always go back because I find it hilariously funny is that, he didn't hit a lot of home runs. The power was never there when he first was, in college, or even when he was in the minor leagues. He hit 12 home runs his last year. But the one thing that always stand out is that he could just flat out hit. So I think I'm always going to take a guy based off potential. And we look at Jason Dominguez. I always look at guys' potential. So it's always a cool fact I like to say. Kind of tell.
And Thomas, I know, is just like, he's trying to withhold himself from.
Yeah, we're talking all about Aaron Judge and the Yankees.
I'm like, I was expecting more from you, man.
Yeah, I if you're just listening, you might be like, oh, Kev's the biggest Yankee fan of all time.
Yeah, Kev. You want me to buy you a Judge jersey for Christmas?
I would love an Aaron Judge jersey. I would.
Hey, nobody's gonna say no to a free jersey. I feel like that's. But anyways, Aaron Judge is really awesome. And so is Cal Raleigh. And not to denigrate anything, because I think if there's one thing that I've recognized as somebody who just reads MLB comments, I probably should stop reading them, because every single time, like, it's a Dodgers post, it's like, oh god, you posted the Dodgers again. Can you post some scrub team? And then somebody posts something about the Rockies and they get like 1/4 of the likes and view ratios. Maybe that's just me, but I do think that it is very, very it's just so cool. I really don't have any more words for it as you are listening to the warning track, where we are going to actually do a quick run through before we head to a short break, and then we'll be back talking about some other topics. We also had a couple of award winners in different aspects of the leagues. For the MLB awards, we did have the NL MVP, of course, being none other than Shohei Ohtani, who won it unanimously for the 4th time in his stellar MLB career. The American League Cy Young winner was Tarek Skubal, of course, another unanimous voting decision, along with Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who won the NL Cy Young Award in unanimous fashion. We also saw Manager of the Year being taken in with the National League Manager of the Year award winner going to Pat Murphy with his second year in a row taking in as the Manager of the Year, leading the Milwaukee Brewers to the best record in baseball. And Stephen Vogt taking the AL Manager of the Year award for the second time in a row as well, for bringing the Guardians back down from fourth place to first place in the AL Central. We also saw Rookie of the Year award winners to Nick Kurtz of the Athletics, because they are no longer in Oakland and are no longer being identified as that name. And then, of course, Drake Baldwin for the NL. I want to go to you, Thomas, first. Which of these do you have any objections with if you had one to pick?
To be honest with you, I think these are all correct.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to touch on Kurtz a little bit, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve anything, but I'm saying like he's the future of the A's, of the not Oakland A's. Their record does not show how good that team really is. That lineup for the A's is really deep, and they just need pitching, but you can't pitch in Sutter Health. Like you hit a ball in the air and it's gonna carry out.
Right.
And
It's like what, 300 feet walls, I think.
Yeah,
Like
any in the AAA, the Pacific Coast League is very much known for it. If you have a 5 ERA, it's like you're a Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah.
It's insane. So I can't believe Luis Severino just agreed to like pitch in.
yeah, I was
like, and he was complaining. I was like, dude, you should know.
Yeah.
Right. Like you when you do your scouting of teams, like you get offers, you're probably getting told by your agent or somebody like that, hey, you're going to be pitching in this very, very small ballpark. Are you sure you're up for that, right?
And he said, yeah.
I'm $60 million. It's like I understand that, but yeah, like Thomas said, the Athletics are good. They have so much young talent in their organization. And it'd be interesting to see what John Fisher, with this move to Las Vegas, does he finally decide to invest in this team? Because there's at least 5 guys in this lineup where I can see a bright future ahead of them.
I completely agree.
Had they been in Oakland, I think they would have made the playoffs.
That good. Okay.
Yeah, that good.
I am impressed. Kevin, let's bring it over to you. Do you think that they got all of these right, or do you have any objections with one of
I
them?
really have no objections. It all seemed like right to me. I mean, looking through all the social media, deciding like, oh, is there any traction of like, oh, who should have won this? There was really none. I just agree with everything. Drake Baldwin's the type of guy who I really like, hitting 274 of 19 home runs, and led the NL in WAR. I mean, he's one of the best blocking catchers in the game. I guess when you can look at Stephen Vogt, maybe, but I guess to say, like, when you come from 15 and a half games back to win the division, that says a lot about his culture. He runs an organization. So I really got no objections. I'm happy with what they gave out. I mean, I really have no objections at all.
I don't think I have any objections either, and I hope the viewers who are listening to Cal State East Bay with here on us on the warning track. If you are listening, we are going to be taking a short break, and right after, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest integrity hit scandals that has rocked the sports scene in a while. And again, we will be right back after this short break. Yes, sir. We are indeed back here on the warning track. Hope you are enjoying your Thursday afternoon. That's Thursday. It's Tuesday. What am I saying? Tuesday afternoon, wherever you might be. It feels like a Thursday to me. I have no idea why. But again, I am your host, Dom Torres, here on the warning track with my good buds, Thomas Engelman, and of course, Kevin DeRoff, to lead off the next segment, which is, again, like I alluded to earlier, the biggest sports scandal that we have had rock in quite a while. And in MLB, the biggest one since the 2017 Astros sign stealing scandal. And of course, this is dealing with Guardians starting pitcher Luis Ortiz and closing pitcher Emmanuel Clase, who were allegedly involved in a gambling rig operation. The United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, as per Michael Bauman of Fangraphs, is reporting directly from the New York Times, indicted these two pitchers on the counts of four separate allegations, which include wire fraud conspiracy, honest services wire fraud conspiracy, conspiracy to influence sporting contests by bribery, and money laundering conspiracies. The first three of these counts all come with a maximum penalty of 20 years imprisonment, and money laundering has an extended 5-year maximum. So these guys are facing prison for what may be up to 65 years. This is big, and I was telling Kevin earlier, and so was Professor Pina here, you are landing on gold right now in terms of these scandals that are rocking
very much
baseball. I mean, basketball has been hit with it too,
Yes.
but this one even bigger.
Oh my, this scandal is God. I can't believe two pitchers from the Guardians. Overall, these bettors won a combined $450,000 based off these pitchers. So there's a large amount of money in play.
And what, they were betting against themselves, right?
You were betting. You are correct. There is extensive evidence from a 23-page filing on how Clase and Ortiz, quote, agreed in advance with their co-conspirators to throw specific types of pitches and different speeds of pitches, and their co-conspirators used that inside information to place wagers on those pitches. And it started with a ball in the dirt that was thrown by Emmanuel Clase, according to ESPN 2022, that led the co-conspirators to win $4,000 in betting votes.
So this has been going on for years.
This is going on for 3 years.
There's an incident in June 3rd, 2023 against the Minnesota Twins. I didn't even know you can bet on this. I knew you can bet on balls, but you can also bet on the mile per hour.
Wow.
And so they betted that Emmanuel Clase would throw a ball, and he would throw slower than 94 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour, in which he threw it 94 miles per hour straight in the dirt. It didn't reach home plate. It's so funny. You look at the indictment, they have a little photo. Not even close.
It's crazy that you mentioned that too, because you watch these videos and you're just like, well, why are they throwing it in there? I do want to point out that Clase, according to the indictment in May 2023, has received over 100 kickbacks in total with these rigging alleged prop bets. So on these pitches, there have been over 100 incidents where in these Cleveland Guardians games, and again, this is just the one pitcher, that Clase was directly involved with over 100 of them. And that to me is just an insane number when you take in the totality of the sport at hand.
Oh my, I mean, totally. It's just unbelievable how, because you don't hear a lot about throwing, he wasn't throwing a game, but necessarily fixing, I guess, that certain pitch in baseball. Because you hear it in basketball, you hear it in other sports. Baseball, I guess is a huge history of fixing games, like the 1919 Black Sox. But
right.
You wouldn't believe in just like Emmanuel Clase, wasn't he an all-star?
He's been the best
closer
in baseball for the last 5 years.
And the idea, so I asked a question for you guys. Why would you think, and even including the guys from the NBA betting scandal, why would you think guys who are making millions of dollars each year decide to throw a game and potentially ruin their careers for just only $1,000, couple $1,000?
I had the same question. I have no idea.
I honestly thought about this. I thought about this long and hard last night because I had a conversation with a buddy of mine just about the overall what goes into a person's psyche when they see, okay, like I have the opportunity to get some more money. If you look at Colosse's salary, according to Spotrac, if I can even bring up the number in terms of what he is able to make. He's making $4 million a year with the Cleveland Guardians. In 2022, he signed a 5-year, $20 million deal that takes him all the way up to 2028, although that contract does appear that it might be voided, assuming that he does get arrested.
Innocent until proven guilty. But yeah,
indeed, yeah, it's not a great
not
look.
looking so good.
I wanna highlight something that my I think it was my cousin who told me when I was very little before I moved here to the States, and he said people will do stupid things for money.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And there is absolutely no there's no way to me that there wasn't a spot in Colossus' mind where he said, hey, you know what? If I can make this person over $200,000, I can somehow get that back into my bank account, which is probably what's happening. But you're also talking about a pitcher who was suspended for PED usage for 80 games when he was on the Texas Rangers. So this incident isn't just fixated on this time with the Cleveland Guardians. Clase has already had a history of being a reckless player, even despite this whole entire incident. So it isn't just us nodding down and saying like, okay, like why the heck would he do this? When he's already shown that he has been willing to push himself outside of those borders before as a baseball player.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like you said, he was a reckless. I guess so. I mean, his reputation is that, you do take PEDs. The idea is like, when you ask a criminal, is like, hey, would you still do it if you knew you were going to get caught? They're probably like, no. So I think the idea in his head is like, oh, there's no way I'm going to get caught. Like, how would you, I'm just thinking for baseball wise, I don't even know how the feds figured out how, I guess in the sense they figured out that the prop bets and they see this random pitch is getting a bunch of bets. But yeah, you don't put that in through your mind. And so it was just a reckless behavior by Clase. It just makes no sense to why you would do it. I think you also have to look at some guys, like you said, just want to make money. They don't think they're going to get caught. Man, this is the whole thing.
It's just confusing because you're making millions of dollars a year and you're essentially throwing your career away for
pocket change.
Yeah, a couple $1,000. Like,
I never, Michael, this guy, he kind of goes around, but he was an ex-mob boss, and he says a lot of athletes, they like to bet, that they like the competitive spirit. So, I mean, part of the reason maybe he felt an adrenaline rush from betting and doing this, I guess if you do have $5,000 given to you immediately, it's like, oh, that's a little bit of adrenaline rush, even though you're making millions.
It is. I also want to ask Thomas this question because I think this also falls in line with everything else as you are listening to East Bay Live here with Warding Track. Thomas, do you remember how bad Clase was in last season's playoffs?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Do you think that he might have thrown away some of these games because of the bets that he was being placed on?
That's a really good question. Yeah, because he was lights out last year during the regular season. His ERA was, below 1.5?
Yeah. I mean, unhittable. Unhittable to the point where people were questioning, should the guy win Cy Young because of how good he was?
I mean, maybe, but you got to take a look at the pitches he was thrown. And, I mean, you got to look at Judge's game-tying home run. That was a good pitcher's pitch. That Judge he's just a good hitter. But, now that you mention it, maybe there could be a chance for sure. Especially, playoffs. That's probably
it's more money.
Yeah, for sure.
It scares me because we talked about when we watch a game, you want it to be the best that it can be. Like not only as a product, but also the people who are playing in those games.
Yeah, for sure.
And now that I know there are players who are illegally doing this, and going outside of the boundaries of the law in order to affect the sport, there's a part of me that goes, are these the only people that were just simply caught? Are there more people like this who might have been able to rig parts of the system so that they can make a couple of money, more money for themselves, more money for their families, or more money for people who might be related to them, or maybe they don't know, but maybe they're like, hey, I'll help you guys out. But it's, do you guys think that this is a bigger taint on the sport? I'll compare it to do you guys think it's a bigger taint on the sport comparatively, say again, than the Astros the cheating scandal back in 2017?
I would say a little, because you got players betting on themselves. It does raise like a huge question mark, for the most part, especially throughout this season specifically. There have been a lot of like allegations among like players, managers, umpires, everyone people that have been involved in professional baseball who have had like allegations about gambling. Mm-hmm. So I don't think Clase and Ortiz are the only ones. There's probably for sure some more out there.
Yeah, and speaking about both situations, they're kind of different. The Astros did it to cheat to win.
Yeah.
These guys intentionally fixed games so their performance would dip. And so it goes both for integrity. However, the Astros, I'm not saying the Astros is better, but they did try the win. And looking at all the past instances of gambling being infused with sports. You see just now with there was an indictment on college athletics. 6 guys, 2 of them on Fresno State, were indicted and charged with the same things of fixing games. And so I think this is a bigger scandal than I want to say the bigger scandal than the Astros. The Astros is pretty huge. But I think it is kind of worse because it deals directly with the integrity of, these guys are fixing games of their performances. Not to win, but to dip the performance. It's just, we will see.
It scares me because you're now talking about 2 players who were actively hurting their team because of how poor their performances were. Even you both know that if you go up 1-0 as a hitter, you are in a much better spot than if you are 0-1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're going to tell me that sure, the Guardians, I think, won all of those games according to what I saw. But you're going to tell me that they didn't put themselves in a worse position because of that one. Like, we both know that 1-0 can directly lead to a rally.
Especially for Clase, because he's the closer.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a closer using these every pitch that matters in this situation. It does bring a question of, a lot of see with the NBA, but people have been speaking about, should we allow or ban prop bets? Because that's a prop bet. Betting on a player's individual performance. This is not some line spread. A player can directly fix a game with his prop bets. So I don't know if you guys' view, should we ban prop bets? Should we?
I definitely think this should be taken into consideration because you're ruining the game for people, Like, at the end of the day, the 3 of us, we love baseball. We like watching baseball. We don't want to see an all-star throwing his own games or betting against himself. That's just going to ruin it for everyone, And it takes away the integrity and it takes away the competitiveness of the game.
If you predetermine an outcome before something happens, there is no reason for me to watch watch your product. And I think that is my biggest problem overall, not even just with prop betting, but just with publicized betting in general. I have been very, very anti-Vegas/betting. We're going to integrate every single line and statistic in terms of the way that it moves with BetMGM or FanDuel. I have been against that since the NBA integrated and since every single other sports team has followed because Vegas has a lot of money. The unfortunate thing too is that they also have a lot of power, I think, to sway over these decisions. I don't need to know every single time somebody walks up, hey, this guy is -100 to hit a home run because he has this and that. I'm like, I don't care about that, man. Yeah. That is a storyline that I am not willing to like. Now, if you're asking me who has a better shot to win, I don't mind using Vegas as if they're favored to score, let's just say it's a Dodgers Giants game. if let's just say the line is plus minus 3.5, I have no
Yeah.
I have no mind about that, because it tells me, okay, like that is what they believe the average margin of victory will be, and I can think accordingly and say, like, okay, the Dodgers are better than the Giants, and they're doing something like that. But you're looking at it now as like, okay, like not only that, but okay, Logan Webb has a chance to strike out this person, and he has like a 66% chance of doing it, and the betting line is like minus 0.5 or something else of that sort.
Yeah, I think on betting on players' individual performances, I mean, you look at the NBA scandal, I'm always using it because it's amazing how two humongous scandals directly tied to fixing outcomes of a game is tied to betting. I mean, it's interesting. I do agree with you that point spreads and line spreads and money lines is fine. I think it does raise an important question. I do never seen Adam Silver talk about how the integration of sports betting in sports is good because they can then catch what was already going on. I don't know if you agree with that view. I certainly kind of do not think that because you integrated sports that now you're becoming more safer and becoming more integrable because now you can finally have systems in place to protect this. But
yeah, I think my problem is just like there's no regulation. There are no like set rules because we've never had this pop up before. It's not like prohibition, right? Where it's like, okay, let's take away everybody's booze. But we knew that like that was going to be bad from the onset. I think where my fault in lines with the whole entire world of sports betting is that every single little itty bitty thing now is dominated by sports betting. You watch a YouTuber, they have a FanDuel ad. You go on the New York Times and they have a op-ed or something where they detail something about a player. There's probably something BetMGM related in those ads at the news feeds. You watch something on CBS Sports, you watch a football game, and they're talking about the stupid money lines.
That's when you will really see it.
Right. And I am sick and tired of every single one of these games being determined by something that is adversely created by this monster that no sports organization so far has found a way to stop. The NBA has not found a way to stop it yet. Jonte Porter, who is Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, got banned for life for betting on basketball games. We are now going to probably see Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase spend the rest of their lives in prison because of these sports betting things. I'm sorry if I'm being a tad bit too passionate, but I just feel so betrayed. Maybe that's the word, just by the system.
You're right, yeah.
And I just don't know how you can overall say that there is a good thing here when all that we have seen from publicized sports betting is scandal after scandal after scandal.
I have never seen this much scandal happening ever in my life. Maybe it's because they have systems, better regulations put in place. Maybe there's, I don't know if have players been betting in the past. There's been discussions about that. But yeah, I just think the integration of sports betting, every time you watch a sport, it's talked about is not the greatest thing for the sport in general.
Just seems like it's easier to trace nowadays because it's all online. There's so many apps to do it on, and that's probably why a lot of people are getting caught. So
yeah,
maybe this isn't the first time ever that these many people have been betting on games.
No, I do find it funny. It's like you're a Fed and you're like, why are people betting on a random Tuesday game or on a pitch? I would think it would be pretty obvious to find that there's a lot of money on a one pitch, a random game. So,
right, but I don't think it excuses the behavior of the people to do it, and also the behavior of these multi-trillion dollar corporations that do not literally care about anything except for the bottom line, and for treating the same billionaire stooges that we have been ruled over for the last couple of years and some change. And maybe that, I think, is where my passion like truly fully lies, is that there is, I want it to be a pro workers league. Like I've always supported, players unions for, whether it's the NFL creating a hard cap, whether it's the NBA in pushing for a more reformed free agency viable odds, so that they don't have to worry about their favorite somebody's favorite player being traded. I just think that if you're looking at this from the totality of, well, like everything here, it just speaks to how much we've been dominated by this one part of our culture, that we've found ourselves ingrained in something that we can't, we want to, I'm sure that like there are a bunch of people who want to move away from the FanDuel stuff, but we will never be able to do it because that's where all of the money is tied into. And if you are a brand new upcoming, YouTuber or streamer, want to get into, sports media, you're going to have to suck up to these guys too. And I think that is where my frustration lies as you are listening to the warning track on East Bay. But I don't know, like maybe I'm just overthinking it, but that is where I think a lot of where my head is at.
No, I think a lot of people agree with your view of how sports betting's been so ingrained into our sports culture. And some people are I don't like seeing every sports betting ad. Like, I have sports betted, but I'm not addicted. But I don't like seeing how it's so normalized into, like, I don't like seeing Charles Barkley talk about sports betting on air.
I don't either.
It feels weird,
right?
It's like, if you want to sports bet. But like, we shouldn't be advertising as much as we do, because people have serious problems with betting.
Yeah, and you got like former pro players in their commercials and everything.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, make sure you place a bet on FanDuel, and it's like,
right, use $10, like use my code for $10 off for your first bet or something. Yeah,
it takes away from, I guess I would say, the fun of watching the sport. Like,
yeah,
it takes away from that. And like you said, Dom, I feel betrayed a little bit. You got guys throwing their games. This is a professional sport. We pay to see this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are like it is in attributes to, like, I think to the reason to why I think all of us not only engage ourselves in this sport, but we also call ourselves sports fans, is because those teams find ways to give back to the communities that throw themselves out there so that we can root for them, right? Like, you root for the Yankees, Thomas, because you know that, like, some way you're going to feel rewarded by seeing Aaron Judge hit a home run. It's not, oh, I root for the Yankees because Aaron Judge finds ways to get over the 50 homer money line, and all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, that's why I'm a big no, right? Like, you root for the Yankees because they have a chance to win the World Series every year, right?
Yeah.
and I think that it just ruins away from the fun of being somebody who just even casually watches sports. If you casually watch sports, like, why do you have to get thrown yourself into the wind with this too? I want to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Foolish Bailey. He does the best pixel videos that I have ever seen on YouTube. I love his sort of retro look with actual in-game content. He makes really, really nice pixel heads. He uploads once a month. He has about 200,000 subscribers. And the best thing is, he doesn't do ads for sports betting. He only does advertisements specifically for like those food ads, or like you buy like one year of food and like they'll ship you those cartons.
Oh yeah, like Butcher Box or something like that.
Yeah. He has some of those ads. But he has said he has a second channel. It's called Foolish Bailey. Bailey's his real name. Bailey Freeman is his real name, I believe. And he has said that as long as he lives on this earth, he will never accept a sports betting advertisement. And I commend him for that, because there are quite literally, I cannot name you any single other content creator or media channel that does not do sports betting ads. And it's very hard to find those guys nowadays.
Yeah, you scroll through social media, for like 10 minutes, and you'll see like 10 different ads.
Right, exactly.
Minimum.
And it's just very concerning. And I don't know how. Well, I'm sure that Manfred will likely suspend both of their contracts, and then maybe that's another thing too. When we get back from break, as you are here listening to East Bay Live with the warning track. Maybe we can talk about his imminent exit, because he is retiring right before the CBA is up, and who knows how long that'll take. But
I don't know, man. I don't trust Manfred with punishments.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's going to have a choice, considering that the feds are actually in on this one, and they have.
That's a good point.
They do have a say with all of this. It is now in their hands. I don't think it's in Manfred's hands. So we shall see what the day comes. I also want to lay it over to another post off, or whatever you want to call it, postseason off season topic for before we do hit with the winter meetings, and that is the non-committance to Tarek Skubal from the Tigers. We just got he is a Scott Boras representative, and for those who are in the unknown, Scott Boras is the most powerful agent in baseball, and his client list includes guys like Juan Soto and Cody Bellinger and a whole bunch of other guys who managed to make a whole lot of money in a short amount of time. We got this from a couple of weeks ago, actually, where Scott Boras said right before winter meetings that they were not offered a contract extension from the Tigers, even though Skubal wants to stay there long term, and but Boras wants his client to be respected, and by respected, it probably means that Skubal will be looking for a $340 million plus contract or higher. So, Thomas, I'm going to bring it over to you. Should the Tigers pay this early for Tarek Skubal?
Yeah, back-to-back Cy Young, of course. Give him whatever he wants.
Same here. Give him a Brinks trunk, unload it.
Yeah.
I find it very hilarious that the Tigers have not locked him up yet. I mean, he's one of the 3 best pitchers in baseball. He has the case to be the number 1. He might be number 1 on my list. It's between him and Skeens. I mean, these are 2 guys that know how to throw the ball. I mean, it's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball you can't hit, and he's got a changeup that is also unhittable.
And he's a lefty. Just, if I were the Tigers, I'm like, here's a blank check, write the number you want, and we'll give it to you.
My question, though, because this also goes into the thought of long deals with pitchers, and pitchers, unlike hitters, they're not only more susceptible to volatility every season, which is, for those unknown, just the difference between one season it could be a Cy Young contender, and the next they can be your third best starting pitcher on a team. Not only that, you are also leaning into the fact that they are going to be exposed to very much a lot of elbow stress, and the possibilities of the death of an elbow ligament or 2. So my question to you guys is, are you in favor of giving guys like, I get the contract, but are there any pros, cons, or whatever you might look at to say giving somebody a 12-year, $350 million contract with pitchers specifically?
You know, I kind of agree with you there. I think there might be a bit of a problem giving them maybe 12 years. Because, I feel like, guys with high velocity from history, from recent history, guys that throw that hard are going to eventually need Tommy John, And I think maybe give him 8 or 9 years for, a high amount.
Right. Kevin, what say you? Are you a low year, high AAV guy for pitchers, or are you comfortable with giving somebody like Skubal a very long married commitment for 10 to 12 years?
It's tough for pitchers. You can't really predict that they're going to be on this performance track for that long. I don't know. I think if you're the Tigers, I think you may have to just make this commitment and show that you're willing to invest in your team. I don't know. It's different. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't never give a pitcher a 10-year contract. At most, I'd give him a maximum 8 years. I'll pay him a lot of money, no doubt, but I'm not going to give a pitcher $350 million. I would not be able to do that.
And that is all that we do have for you guys on the warning track. We talked about the future integrity of baseball and fans maybe looking away too, considering we already had steroids in this century, and we now have a gambling scandal on top of sign stealing. And we also talked a little bit about MLB free agency and the whereabouts to not only the guys behind the qualifying offer, but we have also talked about the award season and how surprisingly I agree with every single award that the MLB has been given out. But I am Dom Torres, and I do want to thank Thomas and Kevin again for being with me on this radio show. It's always, I think this has been our best so far. I really, really enjoyed the conversation in this one.
Yeah, we outdo the next every time.
Every single time. And so I want to thank you guys once again, and thank you for listening here in the beautiful hills of Hayward with East Bay Live. And of course, Dom Torres, and signing out is indeed me. And hopefully we shall see you soon on the next episode of The Warning Track.
listening to
East Bay Radio.
And welcome to East Bay Live. Welcome back. I'm Professor Kevin Pina coming to you from East Bay Live. You got to turn up your headset, bro. It's got ports right there where you can turn them on and off. Do you see it? Sorry, we're a little bit live here. My students can't see the knobs to adjust their headsets, apparently. We're going to hit another piece of music here while I just solve a little technical problem. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. East Bay Live. We managed to solve our little technical difficulties here. And now we've got a brand new show that we're going to premiere for you here today on East Bay Live. It's called Aura 101, or how these folks are speaking these days. All right, let me bring in our folks here. And you are live, guys.
Hello, hello.
Hey, hey.
How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good. Welcome y'all to East Bay Live back again. We're back here with Aura 101.
Yes, sir. Yes,
New
sir.
episode, new
nice
episode.
Nice and live.
Nice and live. So this episode is me and
Sammy.
My name is Mateo, and then we're here with Alvin, our millennial buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna giving him some lessons. He's gonna tell us some of his slang. We're gonna be giving him a lesson about today's slang.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we are.
Okay. All right. So how about you go along, kind of just give us some lines of what you used to normally, or what you would hear the most back in the day.
Back in the day, man, I heard quite a few slappers.
Ooh, okay,
you know? Like for one, in a hyphy movement that was.
You got to stay on that mic, Alvin.
2003 up into 2009, we had Yada Da Mean. Ooh. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We had Go Dumb. That's usually party music, dance, hyphy style. And I mean, if you really think about it, the Bay Area, we had codes for everything. For one, if you grew up in Oakland, everybody should know that one. The Town.
Yup.
Richmond.
Yup.
Was the Rich.
Yup.
And what did we all call San Francisco?
SF, the city.
The city. You already know.
All right. I mean, we got a little history lesson right now. I mean, to start off with the title, do you know what aura means?
Aura.
Yeah, what is aura for you? Like, what is aura?
Aura. When I hear the word aura, I think about like your energy. Like the protection, the covering that you have over your body. That's what I think aura means when I hear it out loud. But how do you define that?
Aura is like, like you say, your energy.
It's your presence, honestly.
It's your presence. Do you know who Duke Dennis is?
Ooh,
I have no idea who
Duke Dennis.
is.
He's our like nonchalant king of aura.
Okay.
You know, nonchalant. You know, it's like kind of like cool. You know, your vibe. Like you care, but you have to look like you don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what kind of he's like. He exudes aura. Whatever he does, he's nonchalant.
Got it.
So he's always cool.
can dig
He may
that.
try, but he tries to make it look like he doesn't care. So that's kind of how you use aura. Like, what has aura?
I have aura.
Tice,
I have
he
aura. I have
has aura.
It's like it's that confidence when you walk into a room. You know,
Like, you got a new fit, and then you fit it up. That's aura.
that's aura.
New whip. That's aura.
Okay, I can
Like,
dig
you
that.
get what I mean? That's aura.
Yeah.
Aura is a pretty safe word. I like to say. Do you know what aura farming? We actually taught a professor this one. Aura farming.
Not at all, sir. Not at all.
Do you know who? You know Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
You know Piccolo.
Dynamic, of course. I know all about.
You know when
music.
before a fight, he would just stand there, menacingly with his wave, with his what is it called?
his cape.
His cape
I
just
think so. Is it a
flying
cape?
in the air.
Is it a cape?
Yeah, he had a cape.
I feel like I don't know if it was a cape though. Like,
it was something,
like- it looked-
and it was like flying in the wind while he was standing there. He was just looking all cool,
Okay.
like just staring menacingly. That's aura farming. He was just like letting the aura marinate.
Wow.
He was intimidating the enemy.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I
saying.
like that. I like
Okay,
that.
kinda
marinade.
like-
I'm in the flow state right now.
Mystic
he
Gohan
said flow state.
when he was being trained by Elder Kai, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's a way to explain aura farming.
Okay.
Something like that. So what's our next word? Well, what's another word you say you guys used to use?
Is there anything you guys have similar to aura?
Nah.
Nah. So aura
Wow, so we're
might
like-
be a
we're
new
different.
term.
We're different.
Aura might be a new term.
Exactly.
Wow.
Is aura a good pool?
I think it might be
Mystical pool.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? We'll head into the next word. We all know it. Riz.
Yeah.
Riz.
Yeah.
Riz. W Riz. L Riz.
Okay.
Stinky Riz. Rizzing the Rizzler.
Ooh, Rizzler. Hey,
The
Did
Rizzler.
you see Rizzler has a new Arizona drink?
I didn't know that.
Berry. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Do you know what Riz is?
I have no idea what Riz means, sir. You're
Oh
gonna have to fill
my.
me in. So is that like swag?
Like swag, like
flirting. Flirting.
like spitting game.
Spitting
Okay,
game.
okay.
Spitting game.
Spitting
Yeah, that's
game.
what
So
Riz is.
okay, I spit the Riz on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely. I gave it a Riz.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
there's not much to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Riz, like, you know what, like W Riz, L Riz. You know what that means? Like
Nah.
W Riz. You know how like I just caught the W, like I won.
Oh,
W Riz is like good Riz, and L
good
Riz
Riz
would be like
is
bad
like-
Riz.
Yeah.
like so in the 90s we also had this one term called that's weak. So that would be like a L Riz.
Like you
Right.
say something, but the whoever they're saying it to just doesn't like it. It's just like
Right.
yeah.
Or a W Riz would be like, man, that was raw, that was tight, that was super, that was fly.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. I think you might be like an A+ student right now. You're getting all the topics.
There we go.
There we go.
Class already. We're good.
All right. Next word. What's our next word? So for our next word, we're gonna do it. Not a word. It's more of a reference. Really catch you now. Talking about it earlier. We were talking about it earlier. 6'7". 6'7". That's a big one right now. This is popular culture we're listening to. 6'7".
No, yeah.
You we talked about it earlier. You know what 6'7" is, right?
6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah, most
6'7".
definitely. It's a phrase that the young folks they use all day now.
You mind trying to explain it? Yeah, I know. It's a hard
6'7" is kind of like a buffer, you know,
one.
something that keeps the conversation at a steady flow, but it doesn't have a real specific meaning to it. I doubt it.
Right. It's
Yeah.
it's like a 1738.
Yeah.
Or like a 6 foot, 7 foot. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Okay,
kind of like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
no,
like
it kinda- it
it's
kinda
really
is
just
like
a
that.
number.
It's really just
It's a number.
You know,
Okay.
So that was, we know what 6'7". I mean, it's been everywhere. I mean, we've been seeing all the kids talking about 6'7". So you're a teacher, right?
In training, sir.
Nice,
In training,
nice.
sir.
So you work with students. So you must hear these things a lot. You must hear 6'7" a lot.
In math class.
In math. Oh, that's
All
where
the
that's where the
time.
numbers are at.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. That's
That's
exactly
where the numbers are at.
at.
That's where we hear 6. That's where we hear 7.
Yes.
It's like a trigger word.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this? Just everybody just going crazy over 6, 7.
It's good. You know, the kids are engaged. They're active. They're able to collaborate with each other. But sometimes you have to learn how to moderate the classroom.
Moderate the
You know,
moderate
you gotta-
the brain rot.
Yeah, you gotta aura farm the students. You gotta pull them back to center, and yeah.
So we're moderating brain rot now in class. So brain rot. The lingo is not just it's not just a catchphrase. Now it's like a worldwide thing. So we have Spanish except say siete.
Say siete.
Say siete, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. You know,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
There's a lot of memes about it. Looks like you understand 6, 7. You come across it well enough. All right, what's another word?
NPC.
NPC.
Oh, I know that one.
You know NPC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
NPC.
that's a non-playable character, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You know how to use
okay.
it. You know how they use it.
No.
Yeah. Back in the day, what do y'all used to say? Like square? Like, oh, he a square.
Oh, he was square. Like,
Oh yeah, most definitely. So
Yeah.
Square.
So,
So NPC is almost like that.
Almost
It's
like
not a
that.
bad thing. It's kind of when like someone doesn't really participate and they're kind of just in the background.
right.
It's like, oh, that's an NPC.
Okay.
Like when you see someone walking down the street and they're just like, there's no reason someone should be out late at night in this random parking
like
lot.
an extra.
Like exactly an NPC. That's kind of what we call
That's a
it.
good way to look at
No
it. yeah.
substance. It's not hateful. It's just like, what are they doing there?
Yeah.
Like an NPC.
Yeah,
No,
NPC,
that's
yeah. How about low key and high key?
the keys.
The keys,
These are
you know
these are
about the
levels.
keys?
the key.
These are levels.
And
This
there's
is like-
there's something in between high key and low key.
Oh, do you know?
You
Well,
Ed, guess real quick. What do you think? In between that high key and low key, what's like a
it's like, oh, that's high key cool. That's low key cool. What's in between?
what could be in between that?
the middle way.
The middle
The
way.
middle way. Okay. That's not far
We were
out.
on
It's
somewhere.
mid,
So what we say is mid.
mid.
Yeah, mid.
Just shorten
okay.
it. Mid.
Mid.
Okay.
It's like
It's mid.
it's like McDonald's. Like when you're craving it, but it's like it's McDonald's, so you eat it. It's like it's kind of mid. I could if I spend a couple bucks, could have gotten a good burger.
It's
Okay.
mediocre.
It's
like-
mediocre. It's mid.
It's cool. It's not bad nor is good.
So I mean, in class too, it's always good to ask questions. So I'm gonna start with my first question. I hear this term used a whole lot amongst the young generation.
perfect.
So, what does "on fleek" mean to you two?
On fleek.
On
Oh,
fleek.
that takes me back. To
That's
some Vine
That's
days.
an old banger.
Yeah.
That's an old banger.
That's a
made-
good pool.
made new?
That's
okay.
I take
that's
it
a
as,
classic.
Like, still fly like you fly.
Like that's
Okay.
on fleek. Like like eyebrows on fleek.
Eyebrows
when
on
someone
fleek.
will do their fresh eyebrows, that's what I think of on fleek. I think of Vine. I think of ripped jeans, but they're hella blue.
tight skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
I think about skinny jeans with some Vans on. That's what I think.
Jordan 11s.
Oh,
So, what are some words that people use to encourage you to like push you forward? Like I know back in the day when I was growing up, it was either gassing you up, you know, say word like for real, and if you're about to do something and you just want to let somebody know it's moving forward, you just say finna.
Finna.
Yeah.
I think
finna.
I still use finna.
I think everybody still uses
I think
finna.
a lot of those words people still use. I just don't think like it's a ling. I think it's more. It's not
More
even a lingo anymore.
It's more just vocabulary.
Yeah, it's vocabulary at this.
At this point, it's just like
Yeah.
linguistics.
Okay.
You know?
Cause some where it's slang and then it's some where it's just like how you talk. Like
Yeah,
finna, I
'cause-
would categorize instead of slang more just like it's just easier to say finna.
What about slap boxing?
Slap.
Slap.
Ooh,
Oh,
slap
that
boxing.
was middle school.
That was
activity.
that was a
school for y'all.
That was a
middle-
bathroom
yeah,
act.
middle school activity. I don't know. I think that's just
Everything
a
went on
middle
in the
school,
bathroom except the bathroom.
Puberty, everyone going through it. Everyone wants to slap box. I don't.
Yeah,
I remember.
that was
I
for
lost
sure.
a lot of mine.
You ate your lunch, and then you did your round, and then you just went straight to class.
Yeah, had a good
Got
old
it.
day.
Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all went to a uniform with school with uniform.
Oh.
You would slap box, and then you would like come back all musty to your next class.
Word. We just took a
Slap
dark
boxing.
turn.
That's a good one. That would be like a fade, running a fade,
Running fade.
running
What
a fade.
about take a chill pill?
Take a chill
Chill
pill.
pill, yeah.
That's slang. That's
No, that's slang. That's slang. But
Take
I
a chill pill.
I be low key. I be using it.
But take a chill pill.
So
Like,
here's one
relax.
too that I think is also timeless. You're not about that life.
You ain't about that.
You're not,
Not
about,
about
that.
that.
Life.
Not about that life.
These are good pools.
Yeah.
What would be the Gen Z not about that?
You ain't about that life.
Hmm.
Damn, that's like a.
Well,
And so I got one also too that I think would also work in place of Riz is the sauce. You know,
Ooh,
Sauce.
The sauce.
I got the sauce.
sauce.
Oh.
You know, and I also know too in modern day culture, the younger generation likes to use the term "I'm crashing out."
Crash out.
Dude,
Crash
I use that,
out.
honestly, I use that on a daily basis. I be crashing out all the time.
See, but I think there's a. I think we're using it too much.
Yeah, I think so. Cause crashing out is like
Crashing
you're
out
just
is
like
crashing out is not a good thing.
it's not a good thing, honestly. It's
Okay.
like
Crashing out is embarrassing.
So it's kind of like y'all spazzing out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like crashing out. It's like I'm not gonna hang out with this dude if he drinks too much because he crashes out. That's embarrassing.
Okay.
Crashing out, people may use it too much.
yeah, crashing out is kind of like just getting angry, not knowing how to.
Yeah,
deal
but
with
now
your emotions.
people are like, oh, getting stressed. I'm about to crash
I'm
out.
about to crash out.
It's just a way to say like I'm getting
I'm
stressed.
getting angry.
Okay.
I'm
like-
getting angry. There's too much going on.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
What about-
kind of reading the vibe.
On God and on my soul.
On my soul.
Oh God,
That's
I
what
be-
you're marking the
I-
line.
On God
Okay.
is saying like, yo,
They're like-
this is for real. Like,
like, it's like,
this
I'm my
is-
mama,
This,
like,
this is
I'm
exactly what I'm
serious.
talking about. This is what I'm
On my
about.
soul.
On God, like
Like on my soul.
on my soul.
On my soul.
Hey, some people be having some bad
That was a
souls.
good pool.
Now here's another one. I know I'm taking it back like eons back, but growing up, I always heard this term called dusty.
Dusty.
Ooh, no.
Oh,
Dusty, like you
that's a good
dusty, yeah.
one. I haven't heard that
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yeah.
Dusty.
So do you have anything in modern day that could take the spot of dusty, or is that just one of a kind?
Dusty? Wait, use it in a sentence for me. Use it in a sentence.
So dusty as in it's broke, it's unkempt, it's it's not up to par.
Not up
Dusty.
to par. I mean, dusty. It could be like, like we were saying, mid.
Yeah, mid.
Mid.
Honestly,
There you go.
You're like,
Okay,
hey,
that's
yo,
our-
that's mid, bro.
That's
Like,
mid.
I
That's
don't
mid.
know
That's
why.
dusty.
Facts.
It's like when
facts.
you-
okay.
So it's like if like someone back in the day would come out with an outfit and y'all about to go out, you gotta tell them, hey, bro, that's dusty. That's
Yeah,
a
it's dusty.
fit.
Like,
You'd be like, hey,
yo,
I ain't gonna lie, your fit's kind of mid.
Yeah,
you gotta
exactly.
change up the shoes, something.
Okay. Well, do y'all have any other questions that you think would be a great vocabulary starter for modern day in 2025?
Vocabulary starter.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have aura, we have 6-7, we have NPC, low key, high key, mid. We have based.
Bass.
Days.
That's based. That's when you're like spitting facts.
Yeah.
That's when you're like you got ball knowledge.
Wait. I got bars.
I got bars. There you go. Bars
Okay.
is like bass. It's like
Okay.
Yeah,
I got bars like
very similar. Very similar. Use them in the same way. Very
Okay.
yeah.
similar, yeah.
And it's like bars is usually when you're rapping, right?
No bars, yeah, because when people spit in bars, they're speaking facts.
Yeah.
Like they're saying something with rhyme. So if you're spitting bars, that means you're spitting facts. You're
Bars
spitting-
kind of like, hey, like you ate that. Like
yeah, you ate. No, it's like you ate.
Period. Like you ate.
Period. How about period?
Period.
Have you heard of the term like period? Like
hey.
period. Ah.
Most definitely. And also, too, instead of using curse words, I know back in the day people were saying phrases such as own everything
On
and
everything.
own mamas.
On mamas. That's
So-
good.
In present day, what would you use for your term?
I remember I used to get in trouble for saying hella.
Like yeah.
Back in school.
I mean, for those terms, I would definitely say it would have to be like on God or something. On God, on my
God.
mama.
Okay.
Like, I think on my soul.
It's like that's on my future kids. Pull up.
Yo, on my future kids is
who
one
was the
that's
rapper
under.
who said that?
Oh, wait, who?
Like, God, strike my kids down right now. It was a rapper, and he's the
Dude,
one
I feel like every rapper
who
puts it
turned
on
on
their
the car
kids,
battery
bro.
by touching it. It was that freaky rapper.
I
Scandalous.
I mean, Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates.
Kevin
Oh
Gates.
my
Kevin Gates.
bro.
He's like, God struck my kids down right now.
Kevin Gates needs to be arrested for some type of crime because he
Have
does
y'all
too
seen-
much. Have you seen his concerts?
Have you seen? He's
I have not seen his concerts, but I
freaky
have
man.
seen him hosting before.
Yes.
Oh, no, he is. He puts on a performance. I will tell you that.
he puts on a performance.
Yeah,
He's good. He's good brain rot material.
Okay.
I'm
absolutely.
saying. Do you know? No, I got nothing.
So how about this? So since we already know quite a few slang words, what value do these words hold if we do decide to carry it forward into our future as a society?
I don't know,
I
because some of
think-
these come from
I,
brain
I
rot.
think honestly, I believe that I think it's healthy for us
Yes.
to like move on from different words and like change our lingo as we go because these words will only be special to our generation and our generation.
Yeah,
only.
because we're making. Now we have lingo. We're almost like making original sentences.
We're making sentences that and people maybe in 10 and 20 years will not understand.
In the
at all.
generation, we're in the flow state right now. We're genuinely in
We
the flow
have aura.
state.
Absolutely.
We have aura. I mean, some I know some people don't like it. Like no cap. I know some people think it's cringe.
no cap.
They're like, why you change it up? It's just how people evolve. We gotta talk differently. I mean, like touch grass.
It connects us as people with one another
Yeah.
and like in our society as well. Like, where the age difference between all of us is different, and
Yes.
we all have different things, but
Yes.
we'll always be tied into our lingo.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
You know what's one? I think I've heard in the past. Did you guys ever used to say touch grass? Like go touch grass.
Go touch grass.
No, really?
No.
I used to think people used to say that.
I'm-
I mean, we because
I've
now
heard a
we've
lot.
been saying
Yeah,
it
people say it
again.
a lot. Go touch some grass, bro.
You're
You've
like
been
go
inside
touch
some-
grass.
yeah,
I'm
go
like
touch
damn.
grass.
Like or when you know too many internet references, you're like oh I gotta go touch some grass.
Yeah, or when people reference memes all the time.
Yeah,
Go
it's
touch
like
some grass.
go
yeah.
touch grass.
Word. See, that's new to me. I
That's
might have
new
been
to you?
living under a rock.
So if a kid like maybe don't say this to a student, but like if your friend, he's like too into something, you got somebody hey, go touch grass, but go do something.
Yeah, go get some get some fresh air.
get
breathe
employed.
in,
Get employed.
Unemployed.
Yeah, employed and unemployed.
Unemployment activities.
Unemployment. Do you know what unemployment activities are?
Is that another lingo?
It's almost like it's like lingo. It's like when you're not being productive.
I feel like at this point we're talking about memes now, because unemployment activities is a meme.
That is true.
It is very much a meme more than it is.
It's because I
lingo.
feel like meme is tied into our lingo.
So
honestly,
now,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad
'Cause-
that you two brought up memes. So when it comes to lingo that each generation uses to communicate collectively as I guess you would say a tribe or so, how are memes really transforming how we communicate?
To start, Aura was a meme.
It wasn't.
Why? Because we referenced Duke Dennis.
From Duke Dennis. That's
He's
why you mentioned
nonchalant.
Duke Dennis.
He started. The word really started from him being a meme and how he exuded aura,
No,
and then aura turned into like normal vocabulary lingo.
I think with memes and social media, it's just gonna accelerate our vocabulary and how
Yeah.
we speak. Because think about it, from the 2000s until now is 20 years. You wouldn't think the language and lingo changed so much in 20 years time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because
But
I think
with the whole boom of social media and everything, we were able to connect to different cultures, different people, and have different ideas. So we all connected and created these memes because this is what memes come
Yeah.
from, people connecting. And when you have more people knowing other people, things just fast
snowballs.
forward,
I mean,
fast
yeah.
forward.
I mean, most of this this new lingo, maybe that's why it sounds a little corny, a little cringe to the older focus because it comes from memes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just from watching all these memes all day, it starts getting into our brain. We start talking about it in real life. Our friend knows the reference, so we start using the reference like it's normal
between our
vocabulary.
conversations, like you send your friend a funny meme, and then you see him again the 2 days later, and you guys, one of you guys mentions it after like a joke or something, and it's another conversation starter, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, like, how did that differ to how slang came up with you, Alvin? Like, how did slang spread? Because
honestly,
the internet is what's spreading our slang.
Yeah, honestly, I think about it, a lot of friends that I've made and talked to is we build a stronger bond connecting through memes, and I think that like it's a big thing because I couldn't imagine not making friends, but like connecting with people.
Yeah, that's how I connect to a friend on campus.
Well, I'm glad you two brought that up, because when I was a younger man, we didn't really have widespread technology such as memes as you do today. We communicated through word of mouth. So if we're in high school, we usually had a lot of conversations during lunchtime, out at the park, just overall having that back and forth social interaction with each other away from technology. So that is how we got a lot of messages and terms across.
Is that why like some of the lingo you mentioned is mostly just Bay Area lingo? So some of the lingo you have at the same time can be very different to someone in like New York.
No, absolutely. I'm from SoCal. So
Yeah.
a lot of this lingo is, I mean, it's similar. It's similar. A lot of lingo that we use down there, you guys use up here. But some of the words I've only known through like music. Music. And that's because I'm a very niche person and I love music. So I listen to a lot of different types of music. But a lot of these words none of my friends use, none of my brothers, older brothers, cousins use. So it's crazy to think about. If it wasn't for social media and memes, I wouldn't know about these like the lingo at all.
Everybody loves to be comfortable. So if you are presented with brand new lingo that your crew is not familiar with, but it touches you some type of way, how do you go about introducing that new form of language to your crew?
See, that's the thing. How we just said we send the meme.
We send the memes.
We
That's
send
how
the
we do it.
meme.
Like we find a meme that we think is funny, or some lingo that we think is funny, or we find like
We send
like
the
it.
meme.
We send it to.
If they like
to our
it, they
friends.
might say it later in the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then now I'm saying or on the regular to my boss
saying
for some
I'm
reason.
saying 6'7" to the girl I'm trying to riz up.
There you go. And
And if you guys don't like it, you can just scrap it and toss it out, right?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
And recycle it because there's always a new meme, something new coming out
something
every
you
other
keep
month.
cycling.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
No,
I mean,
that's what's
Kind of connects to how we said
yeah.
memes spread. Before it might have been a little bit. The lingo was more local than I feel like our lingo now is more of a generational thing.
Yeah, not more than
and
anything.
Yeah. And that's how we're ending it off today at
Hey,
East Bay Live, talking about.
what grade should we give our student here?
I think we're giving him an A+. Alvin got an A+ on the lingo scale.
Got it.
And
appreciate
thank
that,
you,
you guys.
thank you everyone for listening, and we had a great time here on East Bay Live.
And the name of the show again?
Oral 101 with Alvin. Oral 101.
There you go. All right. We're going to go out with a song here. We'll be back. That was our male crew. Now we're going to have a couple of the women come in, and they're going to mix it up. It just is happening this way today on East Bay Live. We'll be right back with more.
Bye. Good.
I can't remember. I was lost inside the take. Hands tied together as I sank into the lake. Oh, really, really come to wash away.
Welcome back to East Bay Live. We are now going to introduce a new crew up. I don't know, they gave me a name. By the way, that was a Mall, and the name of the album is Aqua Macabre. And one of the things I love about doing East Bay Live is that we do what college radio does best. We introduce our audience to new independent music that they can't hear anywhere else. And if the FCC is listening, or any of you haters out there, yes, we do own the licenses to these songs. All right. So guys, why don't you introduce yourselves and let our folks know what the name of the show is and what you're going to be doing.
My name is Ellie, and
hello, everyone. This is Jasmine. How are you doing?
we're Girls Talk.
Girls Talk.
That's right.
Girls Talk. Okay.
There's something weird.
All right. Well, I'll fix it. There. Is that better?
Well, I can't hear you, and there's like feedback.
Really? Then that's because your headsets are set up too high, or your hair weave's too tight. I'm not.
It's like low. I can't even hear it.
Really? Then turn up your headset.
That's as far as
Trace
it goes.
it. Trace it. No, you're on the wrong knob. Then trace your cable. There you go. We're learning radio here, guys. Radio 101.
No, don't go live. It's actually like hurting my ears, and I don't have the volume up that loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know
It's
what's
like
going
some
on.
sort of annoying
like
static sound.
Interesting. Well, the guys just got
And
off
you
there.
actually don't. I don't hear you at all.
Yeah, I can not.
But then again, he's not wearing headphones, so.
No, I can hear me in the mix fine here.
I can
see
hear you a tiny bit right now.
I can see my levels right here.
Oh, you almost had it. Something you did right there.
Hang on now. There's something going on here. All right. Well, I don't know.
We're not live still, right?
Yeah, we are. We've been live this entire time, working
There's
this out
music in the
in
background.
front of a live audience.
Oh.
But can you hear me now?
No, it's like really weird.
Huh.
I can hear you like tiny bit, but it's weird, and you're all the way up, and it's a faint you.
Really? How odd. Let's see here. Yeah, that's definitely my channel, and I'm getting it into the board, and I'm not sure. Nothing has changed since the guys were on, so I'm not sure what happened here. Let's go ahead back to a music break, and let me see if I can work this out, okay?
You put a bunch of men in the room and messed it up. I'm just kidding. I'm getting ready for my negative thoughts. Hello. Is that better? No. I can hear like music in the back very faint, and then your voice sounds very low.
There's a feed that is giving us
Yeah, it's going like-
only static.
Looking out for water, trying to keep my head out. It comes to me in daydreams like a mountain out in ocean. Just another way to lose it all.
He said he wouldn't marry me unless I fit his
Looking out for
No, like yes. No, like reactions.
trying to keep my head.
Ooh, I have another really
All right,
good
let's try this
God
again. Can you hear
shows
me
the
now?
truth.
It's the same.
Wow. Okay, let me come on in there then.
Just another way to lose it all. Myself
and welcome back to East Bay Live. And I think we've worked out a couple of our kinks here tonight, I hope anyway. And up for our next show.
East Bay Live. My name is Ellie,
And I'm Jasmine.
and we're Girl Talk.
Hey, y'all. So tonight we're going to be having some conversation regarding some controversial relationship topics. Some of you have probably heard of a show called Tonight's Conversation, where they have different folks come up on their live show and just talk about different types of relationship topics. So basically, Ellie and I are going to cover some of these stories and just kind of have some dialogue regarding if we agree with, what's being shared, and even just some of the advice that they gave, and even share some of our own advice. So you ready?
So this is the messy hour. So everybody get ready. Let's go.
She's the messy one, not me.
She's the one reading them. We're all messy in the room.
All right, messy people. So the first one we're going to talk about says he made her sign a weight contract. A woman stood up, voice shaking. He said he wouldn't marry me unless I fit his weight requirement. So I signed a contract to lose weight. And he'd buy me stuff to help. 3 years later, still no marriage. So they had somebody on who basically was like, let's not sugarcoat it. That's not a man with standards. That's a broken, trauma-filled man projecting his insecurity onto you. The entire room felt that. So then another guest named Trill AC added the uncomfortable truth. Doc is right, but you also signed it. If I felt that disrespected, I'd have said, get that paper out of my face. Accountability is a two-way street. She signed because she felt, quote unquote, the pickings are slim. The pain in her voice said everything. Then Dr. Bryant brought it home. If you don't find her attractive, why are you choosing her? Why are you punishing her for being herself? Go find the size you want and stop breaking people trying to build you. Mic drop. What you think, Ellie?
Okay, so first of all, I think that that sounds like two very insecure people to me. First of all, I think for her to allow someone to speak to her that way, that really is in a relationship with her, is really sad. Like, your self-esteem has to be very low, and your self-worth must be low. And I would like a little context, to be honest, because to me, it's like, for you to get to that, like, I would never date a guy and then off rip he's going to tell me, oh, there's a weight requirement. So I feel like that's usually comes when you date someone who has narcissistic tendencies and is like having manipulation over their partner, And I think on the other turn, I think that for a man to say that to a woman that he's claiming and he says that he's in a relationship with, to me, that is a really immature and very insecure man, because that's crazy to me. Because like, why would you choose someone that you're not attracted to? Like, that doesn't. And I think that in relationships, sometimes people do fluctuate in weight. Like, things happen, life happens, right? So that's the other thing. Like, people need to not be so vain, and just care about image, because sometimes things happen and people change. Women have babies, their bodies change, or you just get older, you get sick, right? So we base it all on looks. It's like, okay, well, everybody's gonna get a little wonky at some point,
Right, absolutely. No, I completely agree. I think, to your point, the fact that she signed it says that she also sees
she
herself.
signed the paper. I missed that part.
Yeah,
Oh,
girl,
hell
she
no.
signed it. So that also communicates to me that there is like some inadequacy that she's feeling, and she thinks he's the prize, is
She
what it's
definitely
giving.
does,
She
yeah.
thinks he's the prize, because, the quote in there that was like, oh, well, the pickings are slim, came out of her own mouth. So I think there's also a narrative about, that's, I think, been pushed for the past few years about what a quote unquote like high value man is. And so I think that this girl is like, well, if I want a man who makes this much, or maybe looks this certain type of way, or is this tall, or whatever may have you, right?
Yeah.
She's probably thinking, oh my gosh, like I need to be willing to fit into this box for him. You
Like
know?
she's lucky to be with him. She's
Right.
the fortunate one.
Right.
Right.
But I think it's interesting, though, to your point about both of them having insecurities, because he could go find the person who's already that size, but he wants to be with her, but then tell her, well, in order for us to get married, you have to lose weight. It's like, so then why are you even wasting your time? But it's because maybe the women who are that size don't want him either.
You know, to me, it sounds like he enjoys having someone that he can belittle that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
enjoys that power where I can make you sign a contract and I can make you feel so little about yourself.
Yeah.
Or so big about yourself in this case.
Yeah.
And then be
Girl.
like, and you're going to sign it. And you know what? That just reminded me of
Right.
something. I have a friend who was dating this guy
Mhm.
and she's one of the most beautiful women I have ever, like she's so pretty,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
And he like broke her down so much to the point that like he was just treating her very, very poorly and she was just taking it. And it got to a point where he told her that he wanted her to make him a Canva presentation of why he should stay with her. And it just reminded me of this.
Wow.
And I literally was like, you cannot do this. If you do this, and he made so much reason. Like, yeah, you know, he wants me to like really work hard at school, like really have drive, have direction. Mind you, she had all her things together, but he was like so in her head. You know, she owns property, like she's doing great for herself.
Oh,
but he
wow.
had put in her head that
she wasn't enough.
Yeah, and that he was such a high value man.
Wow.
And I literally told her, I was like, you cannot do this presentation for him. Like, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
She did that damn
You
presentation
know, I've
for him.
actually been in a similar situation where there was a guy I was seeing who wanted me to I basically was trying to break things off, and he wanted me to like send him an email or something. Like he wanted it to be official.
Not the 2-week notice. A
He wanted
termination
it to
letter?
be an email, but then it was like he also wanted me to. No, I think he actually sent me a list of things, or maybe I did. I just know it was like the craziest thing ever because I had never experienced that before. And I think what's standing out to me from what I just read, and then the person that I even am thinking about and who I dated, I'm like, both of those men are probably very business oriented. Like the guy I was dating, everything was business for him. Like, you know, even when we at one point did consider, we were talking about how we, what we felt marriage was, right? And considering that for our future. And for him, it was very much like, well, marriage is a contract and it has a lot of, you know, business elements to it. And the way he talked about it, it was like, this does not sound like love. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there's a business element to who you choose to do life with, right? Because someone can make or break you, for sure.
It's an investment.
It
into your life,
totally
to your
is.
kids.
However, do I think that it should be like in totality, just completely
Yeah.
looked at like, okay, yeah, no, this is just business, you know, and this is how you serve all the different boxes that I have set up, and like no,
He does not sound fun to hang out with, to be honest, because first of all, there got to be some type of crazy in that brain.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're talking to a woman, but I think it's like the whole thing where men think that they are at such a high standard.
Oh, yeah.
And women need to compete for them because we are on like the soft man apocalypse is upon us. You know what I mean?
Ah, the soft
Like,
man apocalypse. Did y'all hear that?
The kings trying
Write
to
it
be the
down.
queens. The kings
Write
are trying
it
to
down.
be the queens right now. okay?
Hashtag soft man apocalypse.
Like, I feel like men are in the era, not all men, because
Mhm.
first of all, my dad is a great dad, but shoot,
Yeah.
I haven't seen a man that acts like my dad, you know? And like,
Yeah.
hopefully one day I will come across a man that has certain values that my family has instilled in me, right?
Absolutely.
But I feel like there's so many men out here that literally think that they are God's gift on earth.
Oh, yeah.
And like we're chiseled by God himself and then
Oh, yeah.
dropped on here.
Mhm.
And that women need to like show why they need to be able to be with a man like that.
Yeah.
Continuously, right? Constantly,
Mhm,
even when you're with them.
Yeah.
And I think that brings it back to insecurities because
Absolutely.
I think that insecure woman would stay in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And try to make it work.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not sometimes insecurities doesn't mean that you're weak or that you're unable to really like love yourself, but it means that you need to learn how to set boundaries and you need to learn how to walk away. And I think that sometimes we normalize people in our lives that have poor values, even in friendships. And that's why when you date a person that has terrible like values and treats people poorly, it's like, oh, it's no big deal because, you know, I'm surrounded by people that act like that. And I think it's just like people need better discernment with who you hang out and who you like allow into your life.
Absolutely. Like, who are your friends? You know, it's so funny because, you know, so I'm Christian, and like at the church that I go to, I'm a part of like a young adult community or whatever, right? And our young adult pastor, he's always like, if y'all dating, you need to bring your folks here. You know, he's like, where's your community at? Like, your friends should know who you're dating. You shouldn't be somewhere off in the cuts where nobody knows who this person is and something could happen to you, whether emotionally or physically. Like, people should know who you're around because it's the people closest to you who are able to see, like, that person not for you, bro. You just think they're attractive, you know? Like, or you're not discerning, like you said, you're not discerning correctly. And I think it's so easy for us to feel the feels, and when folks are, you know, with the person by themselves, they may not always have proper discernment because they're so distracted by how attractive the person is. You know, like, I've definitely been in that space before of like, la-di-da-di-da, he's so cute, he's so tall.
Same.
And, you know, but then it's like, if you brought that person around your people, they probably would be able to pinpoint a whole list of things just that they're able to observe because sometimes we're just so in the clouds, you know? So, yeah, but okay, so let's get into it.
You know, just to go on that, just off what you said real quick, I will say that in the past, I was in a really bad relationship where I was with this guy for almost 6 years. And if he would have been like, jump, I would have been like, how high? Like, I was in love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it stemmed from like a lot of insecurity. Like, he was not a good person. Obviously, there was good times. And the crumbs of love he gave me were the reason I stayed through all the storms he put me through, right? But I had to get out of that and grow. And it took me a really long time to be able to date men that were good to me.
Yeah.
And even if you're a good person, but like there's certain things that we just don't fit.
Yeah.
Learning how to walk away. Because sometimes when you think you're like, you know, well, he's a nice guy, and like sometimes it still doesn't align.
Yeah.
And you're like giving an opportunity for something to grow that's really not going to be a thing that fulfills you fully.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the part of like growing up, setting boundaries for yourself and what you're willing to like allow into your life. And it's so important.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I almost want to stay on this a little bit longer because you just made me think of, I had a whole revelation as you said that. Ladies, because I've been there too. And I think with that dude that was talking about send the email, like, I will say he was one person where his ducks were in a row financially. Ladies, we have to stop making poor relational decisions just for our financial needs. Like,
City Girl started it.
Stop dating men just because you feel like this person can support your basic needs. Like, and I think we have a culture that glorifies like, he ain't got no money, he can't be with me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but he's an abuser. Like, you're better off. You're better off with Roger next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, they told Roger to go home, but Roger was a sweetheart.
Roger should have
saying?
stayed in the house. First of all, they had him so messed up. They didn't have to do poor Roger like that. He could have stayed.
Listen, Roger was I just feel like there's opportunity because you never know who you can grow with. And I think we have to stop being so impatient that we don't want to grow with nobody. We want somebody to come. He already mature. He already fine.
No, you
he
know
already
what?
got money.
You
and it's
right.
like, bro, like, ladies, we have to stop choosing based off of needing, like, you go get your basic needs met. Stop waiting on him to provide your basic needs.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree with you completely. And that actually makes a lot of sense because actually a lot of women, and I think that something happened in music, and honestly media has such a huge impact on how each generation behaves, right? Like, I'm 31. My generation, we were the party goers because that's
Yeah.
what the music was saying in the clip. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were in there. Like,
Yeah.
YG, hello?
Yeah.
Like
You know?
1738. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Like, we were having a time, and like it
Facts.
definitely influences like how your generation parties and how the morals and like the ideals that we have, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that yes, like there has been an uprise of like females in rap culture,
Yeah.
and I do think that it does have an influence. Like, music does have an influence on your brain.
It
Like,
absolutely
like it
does.
or not, the
Yeah.
repetition of songs are ideas that are now like inside of your brain,
Right.
and you're constantly exposed to it.
Your subconscious.
And I
yeah.
think there was an uprise of like, get money,
Yeah.
and like if you ain't got money, like move on. And I think that
Yeah.
a lot of women have made the golden standard be being financially like well off. Like, if a man is financially well off, a man gonna cheat if he cheats.
Yeah.
That's like what they be saying, right? Like, if he has money, if he's has no humor, it's okay because he's funny. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
If he has a side girl, that's okay because he got money. Like,
Yeah.
the standard is in hell as long as you have money. And I think that is where the
That's
problem
so
is,
real.
because we want a rich man, but like, how about you become the rich man so you don't ever have to lower your standards and be with someone that can provide for you financially,
Mm-hmm.
and then remove all of the energy spiritually that you have,
Yeah.
because a man like that is gonna suck you dry emotionally. And having to deal with someone that's emotionally immature, one of the drainiest things that could ever happen. And I think that's very important. Like, as women, we need to get, because look, do you remember the era of Let's Do It or Just Do It, and it's the girl with the bandana on her head,
Yeah. The military, like
If-
50s,
yep.
1950s type
If
vibe,
we
yeah.
did one for today's day and age, it would be like the emoji with the lips and the long nails. It'll be like, I'm just a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's our new one. Like, how we come from Just Do It with our arms up high
Yeah.
to I'm just a girl.
Right.
And I'm definitely like, I'm one of the people that be saying I'm just a girl, but
Girl, I
it's,
say
it's a
that
little funny.
all the time. I'm not even gonna lie. And you know
We the
what?
problem. We started saying the men we're the problem. We the problem.
You know, sometimes we are the problem. And I think, it goes into accountability. Like, men can't always be the problem, like, and I think we have to look at this from a socioeconomic, perspective as well, because I feel like, if we just keeping it a buck, like, at least in the context of the U.S., white women been getting taken care of. If anything, it was like, okay, they had the husbands already, but maybe he was leaving them. And then, like when we look at welfare and stuff like that, that was actually originally created for white women. Black women are just now, and even like other women of color, I think are kind of just now getting into that, okay, you got to provide for my needs, because I think so many of us have been living impoverished for so long that the bar is low because we actually just want those basic needs met. So I think other women who've already been having those needs met, they have completely different, that's why, like, for example, when
I feel like when
the
Okay.
feminist movement kind of like restarted, what was that, like maybe 2012, 2014, it was white women at first. Now it's like Black and Latino women, who are kind of the face.
Was originally just a bunch of like majority white women.
Right, who were stay-at-home moms, who was married to men they were the providers, and I mean, a lot of women of color don't know that life. So I think we have a different argument now, which is why so many of us are like, where he at with the money? Because we're tired of feeling like we have to,
I see what
like
you're saying.
rob Peter to pay Paul and still have to be the man in the house.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
because- Yeah,
saying?
because you're right. Like, I think that what you're saying is, okay, white women, to us, because of how things have played out in society, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we had to base this on an elevator, they're on floor 68, right?
Mm-hmm.
While we're barely trying to get through the door on floor maybe the basement garage. We just park the car. They just let us park the car in the building.
Right.
We're hitting the button to get on the elevator.
Right.
While we're trying to compare ourselves
Girl,
to
taking
like
the stairs, bump an elevator, baby. We on
and
the
like
stairs.
we're trying to compare ourselves to level 68.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like because they're better than us, but I'm saying in the idea that like they have had a better advantage. They have had a better hand dealt, right?
Well, their men haven't been
Yeah.
subjected to all types of inferiority.
Yeah.
So I think You know what I'm saying? You have men who can take care of the home because they're not being subjected to violence and racism. And,
It runs deep.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
runs real
yeah,
deep, actually.
yeah. So
Damn.
that's deep, bro.
Yeah.
Brava. Clap,
That was-
clap. Pat yourself on the back.
You know, it's so sad because it's like, even like when we think about that, it's even schools, right, play
Yeah.
this huge role in things, because I hear about how people criticize a lot of schools, like, for example, the Oakland Unified School District, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, if we're comparing and they're saying like, oh, you know, graduation rates are low and funding and all of these things are so low, like the students need to try harder, like the parents need to do better. But then you're comparing it to a school like, let's see, a public school like Palo Alto, right?
Right.
They're on level 102.
Right.
They don't have to worry about where their meals are coming. They don't have to
Right.
worry about like
Yeah.
if their family has a roof over their heads or they
Yeah.
have a shower, the lights got cut off.
Right.
You know, funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned my the electricity bill and like the gas bill to like electronic, right?
Mm-hmm.
We missed the date by like a month. They cut off the lights. Like and like I call and like they got it back up, right? But I can't imagine a family that's really like I would have thought they would give you like 3 months or something. 1 month and you're out. Like that's crazy. Like in this economy, a single mom trying to raise her kids maybe has 3 jobs, right?
Yeah.
The kids are left to just figure it out. They got to get themselves to school, feed each other,
Yeah.
take a shower. Like I feel like sometimes life is really unfair, and that's why it's so important to really help each other out when we can.
Absolutely.
Because now later on where we're at,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we have to date. Like
Yeah.
people that didn't have parents that could really take care of them, care for them, and love them. And that's why who you date is so important. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I feel like who you make the father of your children as a woman,
Yeah.
like you can't be selfish. Like you have to think about your kids and think about like, okay, would he be
Yeah.
a good father?
Yes.
Like if I pass away and like he's the only one there, can he be there for them emotionally?
Yes.
Care for them, nurture them? And if the answer is no, then what the heck are you doing? Like that's
absolutely.
selfish.
Yeah, we have to be intentional about
Yeah.
who we, partner with, who we lay down with, for sure. And I think it's so easy. I think in the heat of the moment to just be like, oh, woo, 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 nah. Like, be intentional, because we're the ones carrying that child for 9 months.
Yeah.
So is he gonna help you? Is he gonna take you to your appointments and be present? And or are you about to be
Exactly.
figuring this out all by yourself just because he was fine, or just because you thought he had money, but plot twist, he don't want to use the money on you.
Yeah.
Because I think that's also a thing of like, having money does not mean that you have a soul, right?
Yeah.
Like having
Yeah.
money does not mean that you have emotional intelligence or the wisdom to use that money well. He could, because it's not always the broke dude, you know what I'm saying, that's out here being a poor father or poor in relationships. It's dudes with money that don't know how to commit.
There's a lot of dudes with money that don't know how to commit.
So,
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's why it's so important, intentional about like when you have children, because having children is one of the most important decisions making, and I think a lot of people have watered down what it means to be a mother or a father, because a lot of
Absolutely.
these people should have never been mothers or fathers.
Yikes.
Because
Can you say that on the air?
like it shouldn't be like, I feel like obviously it shouldn't be a thing about money,
Right.
but there should be like a mental evaluation
Oh yeah.
before you can have kids, because a lot of
Yeah.
people shouldn't be parents
Man.
if they don't have the ability to really care for their kids and
Yeah.
like pour into them the way they should.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you still got all this trauma,
Mhm.
but you got about 5 kids.
Yep, and you
Yikes.
just traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Your oldest child is a babysitter.
Yep,
They can't even be a kid for real.
can't be a kid.
Well, that brings us to the next story that we have here when it comes to poor relationships and parenting. So, let's see. A woman stood up and shared, "My current partner gets upset when I call my kid's father for help. And honestly, it's for more than just the kids. He makes good money. My partner doesn't. Is it wrong to call him?" The crowd shifted in their seats. Everybody already knew what was coming. Dr. Ayanla Vincent took the mic first. "A woman wants her feelings valued. A man wants his thoughts respected. Calling your ex, especially for needs beyond the children, is disrespectful to the man you chose. Whew. She told her to set up a structured 1st and 15th agreement with the kid's father and stop treating her ex like an emotional, financial emergency exit. Because if you're in partnership, you build with your partner, not fall back on an old one. Then Ace stepped in and stripped the situation down to the truth. You're not giving your relationship the chance to grow. You're taking away the bond that's built through struggle and teamwork because you keep running back to your ex for help. So he asked the only question that mattered. If your partner listened to every conversation between you and your ex, would he hear anything inappropriate? She hesitated, then said quietly, yes. The whole room hollered. Ace didn't flinch. Then you know it's not just about the kids. You're calling him because you want to, not because you have to. And he's answering because he still has access. He closed with a line that hit the entire audience. This isn't about money. It's about access, and you don't want to let it go. Whew. Well. I mean, what do we have here, folks?
I'm tired of people. I'm tired of everybody. Everybody can just reboot themselves and start over because absolutely
Reboot.
Yeah.
You know, man, I think so many things stand out for me because it's like, okay, going back to what we were just talking about. This other person, he got the money, but she's not with him. Now, why? We don't know, right?
She settled. He probably didn't want her or wasn't good to her.
Right. And so then now she's with somebody where, okay, this person can't provide financially, right? But she's still calling the dude with money.
Yeah.
And then she admits that all of their conversations are not appropriate for her current partner to hear. Hashtag trifling. Man, you know, I think first off, the fact that, like what Ace said, like the fact that, you know, he still has access to her in that way and she still has access to him in that way. I don't think she should be in a relationship.
At all.
It sounds like she still needs to get over that person, and it's convenient for her to contact her previous partner for emotional support and financial support. You know, I mean, and I guess the question I want to ask you is like, is she cheating?
Absolutely. I would not date a man with a child if he has a relationship like that with their baby mom.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the probably the top 3 questions are: how active are you? Do you prioritize your child? Would be the one. If you don't, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Do you have a healthy relationship? Like, you should be there for the mother of your child. And if she's like needs help and she whatever you can, you decided to have a baby with her, you should put her first. And it comes to that, right?
Right.
And then making sure they're really over each other would be my 3rd, because if you're not, I'm never going to try to be in something like this. Absolutely not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that for her partner, that is so disrespectful. That is so embarrassing. And, you know, like for her ex-partner, like he gets the last laugh. Like he's looking at your partner like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And you are the other idiot that
Yeah.
thinks she's getting one over him, but you guys are both clowns.
Because
like,
plot twist, he's probably not going to take her back
Ever.
because she's cheating.
yeah.
So he like, oh, this is free game right here.
Yeah.
I still don't have to commit. I still don't have to be faithful.
Exactly.
And I still get to hit you up whenever I want to for you to give me some play over the phone, even though your man is over there in the living room with our 2-year-old
Yep.
or our 3-year-old or whatever may have.
And you know what happens is that then there's this child that grows up and sees that his mother was the first woman figure in his life that he loved, right? Is a trifling person who was with his dad or her dad, and also his stepdad, right? So then what is the trust he has in women, and how does he learn how to have a healthy relationship when he grows up?
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues because, you know, so if you traumatized, go get help.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you have toxic tendencies, honestly, the best thing to do is to really work through them, because you could really open up a new place, a new chapter in your life where you're able to really find someone that could really be the best person for you and vice versa, right? But the thing stopping it is all these traumatized people. And I think sometimes we really need to sit down, be by ourselves, learn how to be by ourselves and deal with all the traumas that we've been carrying.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it takes, maturity to own up to the fact that you're not healthy, you know what I mean? And to be able to say, you know what? I think it's a very mature thing to know that you're not loyal.
Yeah.
To know that you have communication issues, to know that you experience, being indecisive.
Yeah.
And that you really don't know how to commit. And I think if you got mama issues, daddy issues, nephew, cousin, uncle, son, whatever, whatever you got going on, there is a student health and counseling service at Cal State East Bay. If you need somebody to sit down and talk to,
you get 8 per semester. Okay.
Absolutely.
So go rack them up before the semester's over.
Right, because we're getting into the holidays, and this is not the time for you to be doing crazy stuff like trying to, see your ex and your current boo and all the things and we have to think about the fruit of our actions because, again, like Ellie said, think about what your child is seeing. That person grows up and then they have communication issues and they think it's cute to lie or cheat or to be, indecisive. And there's people who are grown in their 30s still talking about they got
in
mama
their 40s,
issues.
in their 50s,
daddy
in
issues.
their 60s.
Yeah.
There are people that are going to the grave with generational trauma, and the hurt that you experienced and you felt is the hurt you're going to cause every generation after you if someone doesn't stop and get it together.
Yep. Do the open heart surgery. Go get help. Sit down. Pray about it. God bless y'all, and we out.
And that wraps it up for another edition of East Bay Live here at California State University East Bay, coming to you from the lovely hills of Hayward, California. Let's go ahead and let's take this out with Doomsday Flood by Mal. This is on their album Aqua Macabre.